You're wonky, Francie. Now it's recording.
No, he goes. I need to start taking lessons. I'm not sneezing. Although I will say I'm marked on the bad people. I'm marked on the people that actually.
It takes like an hour to recopy them.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to.
It's okay, Francie, you got it.
It wasn't for basketball, then. I run one. Worked out one. Wow.
You can only do glycolysis without oxygen, right?
Alright,
What's the other one that doesn't need oxygen? Or doesn't require it?
Okay, Miss Taylor, I messed up somewhere, and I guess I got off wrong count. So I did, I think, like 5 of the wrong ones. Will you still count them? There's the same
It's
problem.
not like a protein chain.
Yeah.
How did we make? Like,
Spin the
you know how
synthase.
sometimes you can mess up, like, you do 20 something instead of the,
Like, she did like an even number, maybe instead of.
yeah.
I did that once.
I just got off, and now
Sarah's not.
I didn't.
Sarah,
Everyone in the United States is here.
no, Sarah Gillis.
Oh.
And Sarah Kay,
Just kidding.
but she doesn't count.
Right. Yeah, I mean, she counts, but
That's she.
we knew she wasn't gonna be here, I guess.
She doesn't count for 2 months. You voted today?
Awful.
I did.
Wait, is today election day?
It is.
Dang it, that means the gas prices are about to go back up.
For what?
They always go down prior to election, and then they spike back
Election
up.
for what?
That's what I did.
But it's not president.
I better go fill
Doesn't matter.
How'd that go?
It doesn't matter. Whoever, if there's an election day, the gas prices will go down really low, and then it will spike the day after.
I know, but it's like $6,000.
They're at like 276 right now.
I got gas a couple days ago and I thought it was 263 is wrong.
That's ridiculous. It's not the
Somebody
spike.
just read it to me again, that would take me a lot.
Yeah, that's 29.
Photolysis? Oh no, it's light breaking water or light breaking stuff down, like
It
glycolysis.
breaks water.
Yeah, it breaks down to hydrogen, or it breaks it down so the hydrogen can go to the NADP,
And then the oxygen.
and the
goes away.
oxygen you breathe
So
out.
we can breathe it.
Well, the plant breathes it out, so we can breathe it in. You write me down again?
Are we talking again?
Yeah.
Well,
But not about stupid stuff.
Y squared.
Dang it. That's okay.
Minus 4.
I mean, I was gonna get rid of that anyway. Shut up, I'm just kidding. You can
No.
talk about these.
Can you stop so I can hear this problem, please? Thank you.
Minus 7x y squared z plus 2xy. And then at the bottom, plus negative 12x cubed y z plus 4x squared y squared z minus 16x y squared z squared, z cubed, sorry. Minus xy z squared minus 9.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
A minute long.
I like your tennis shoes.
I ran too far yesterday and my legs hurt so much. So these are the only shoes I can wear.
What you got to do?
Oh, I think. So the insoles that are in here cost me like twice as much as the shoes did because I'm older and I'm bad knees. All right,
Oh, what's wrong with your back?
it's my knees. It's just bad knees.
I heard that.
Her back.
Timothy did it. He messed up my knees.
Normally they mess up your back.
He messed up my knees. And this hip.
Uh,
Okay. Just proving. Because I kept running while I was pregnant and it just.
That's not smart.
I had a
For
super
your
easy,
body.
super fast delivery.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you ran? Is that
Because
why?
I was not necessarily running, but because I was
In check.
in shape.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
They say that helps, I'm not gonna be like, I know someone that ran their
Bye.
I
don't run now.
You give me the
I dropped the weight pretty fast. Yeah, that's
You did drop the weight faster because you were like
pretty
already.
quick because I didn't put that much on. Like I put on baby.
Mama put on like 20, 30.
I put on almost 40, but
40 pounds for one kid?
it was almost 40 pounds.
You know, like, isn't the kid only like 8 pounds?
Yeah, but then it's a lot of water weight and 3 antibiotics.
You're gonna gain like 80 pounds.
I'm not worried about how much I put on. I was. They were. Okay. Let's put it together. So, is there anything that matches with this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Why can't you do the one on the bottom? Cancel it out.
Oh, poop. You don't know anything.
That's the only one that has X to the third, Y to the second T.
Oh, so you need to combine them first before you add them with the other equation?
There's a plus in there. What we're, you can almost, like what this means is put all of those together.
I did not know you guys.
So we have 12 of them, minus 7 of them leaves 5 of them. Alright, that one's done. What matches this one?
That one doesn't have a square on the D.
No, it doesn't have a map.
It does not, so we just write it down.
That's kind of sad.
It kinda is.
They don't have a map.
That one does have to flow. They cross out, they cancel out. Oh,
Perfect match dot com.
Make sure there aren't any more.
Farmers on the
X.
Farmer, yeah.
The next one, just those two, and those cancel completely, so I write, and they're perfect. The next one doesn't have
Mama for a Jewish one, come on.
As
Jewish.
another
That's your mom up for a Jewish?
So you write it down.
It was a joke.
Wait, what?
Christian
And the
Eagle.
corner.
Hey, ladies and gents. It's just a dull roaring background. If I was playing football, that would be a perfect reaction. But since I'm teaching algebra, that's not. How about this one? It's,
Wait, are you gonna add that 2xyz to the equation down there?
that was about himself too. Maybe they can get together and at least be friends. Wait, Miss Taylor.
You forgot to add the 2xyz, right?
Oh yeah, it didn't have a map. So we did, I forgot to put it in. For some reason I made it positive. No. Which one is it? The 12, 29. 12x, 3y. You distributed it. But even if I did, that would be positive. No, if you distribute a positive, that doesn't do it. It still makes it negative, yeah. I don't know what it is.
Still going?
Shotgun.
I think so.
No, she already called it.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
You can't call shotgun until you're inside the car.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to be
It would be pretty useless
No,
if it
you
didn't have
it has to be inside.
for lectures.
You know, I have a standard shotgun rules, you can't call it until you're in sight of the reading.
Amen.
Inside. Sight. You said inside.
You could also revise it to if you're touching it.
False.
Because then you have to, then it's, you know, survival of the fittest.
Glad we're finishing. Alright,
What if your friend
this
can't
is not a math.
What?
Is there another X?
They don't care.
There.
X is the second, Y is the second C. No. Wow. Almost none of this is getting combined.
Blind people don't care where they sit, they're more selfless.
You see that 12? Name 12 Y?
Blind people care about the other people more than themselves.
Because I forgot to write this.
True.
So I wrote it down.
It's bad.
Okay, the order doesn't matter. Yes, you may. Who's that? You don't have to take names. Come on, guys.
Ask questions later.
This one doesn't have much, and neither does that. Wow, we put very little together. A lot of them. And I think the book does that on purpose, where you end up, it's the same as the book. Okay, so you don't have to do much work. see, what they're doing is, if they make a bunch of problems where everything has a match, when you start doing problems later, you assume everything has a match. So you start putting things together that don't really match. They look similar, but not exactly the same, because you're in the habit of everything will have one. So they try to give you these where things don't have a match to make you look more critically, like to make you make sure they match before you use them. What else?
31.
Alright, 31.
Huh?
If there's not room on this board for two, I'm on Friday.
No.
I want Friday.
I'll read to you. I'll read to you. I'll read to you, Michaela. I'll read to you.
Got it. I'm keeping that.
I start over here.
Alright, you ready? 17.
Just do it.
17 minus 24 PQ squared plus 4 P
Why'd they do P's and Q's in the same one?
plus
I just changed.
P squared QR plus 8 PQ squared R. And then at the bottom, there's a minus and then a parentheses. 6Q squared P plus 8Q squared PR plus 4QP squared.
QP squared, they switched the order there?
Minus 7QP squared R minus 3PQR.
Wow. These are fun.
These guys are triggers.
They're confusing.
Uh-huh.
They are fun.
It is fun. I think this is the kind of problem that if you do it in front of people who know nothing about algebra, they think you're a genius. But what you're really doing is matching and subtracting. Like, that's literally, it looks so hard.
It's true.
Like, so it looks like, do this in front of your grandma. Y'all, grandma? Grandma. A granny, a grandma, a bubby, whatever you have.
Grandmother.
A bubby?
That's my cat.
I have a poppy.
I have an Obi. She's German.
I love how y'all seize on one word and go on that and you want the whole rest of the sentence. That may be what you're from in algebra, that you listen to one word.
Nana and Lyric.
Oh, my Nana died. I had a Nana. She died.
Me and my Nana share our birthday.
Okay,
No, I have an Obi.
let's do this now.
grandparents.
Are there any others that are just
All my
plain
numbers.
No. Okay, so 17 gets written down and I'm finished with it. Alright, now, PQ squared.
Yeah, yes. The first one.
PQ squared.
No, the second one down there. The first one down there on the bottom. There you go. That one.
They reversed the order just to confuse us, but these two are matching pieces. So what we have is, because they both have a P and a Q squared, so they match. Negative 24 minus 6 makes
Trippy.
what?
Oh, he said trippy.
And now, at this point, you can write it however you want, because one of them said PQ squared and one of them said Q squared P. So how are you supposed to write it when you put your answer? Either way, but alphabetical order is better. So it's not wrong if you put it the other way, but alphabetical order is better. Alright, we did these. Alright, P squared Q.
Yeah, the second one down
This
there.
one, right?
Yeah.
Is that the only one? Because sometimes there's more than one. No, it's just those two. Alright. We have 4 of them. Take away 4 of them. Leaves how many? 0.
Nothing.
None. We're finished with these. P squared QR.
Yeah, the 8. Oh.
P squared, Q and R. That's the only one. Alright, so we have one of them here. Minus negative 7. 1 minus negative 7 is 8 of them. P squared QR.
Why don't you just go ahead and change the sign?
You could. You can do that on your paper. And I would do it right now, except that I already started and I don't like to change the screen. Alright. My left hand itches, so I'm going to say that means you're going to give money away. I don't have any left hand. Alright, PQ squared R.
Do you just
right
talk in your
hand
hand?
inches is supposed to, oh, I
And you can let them, you know,
Just
just
might
you
get
guys
it.
think about yours on the
Yeah, but if your right hand inches, it means you're gonna get some money, and if your left hand inches, it means you're gonna have to get some money.
Never heard that.
It's just a-
Really?
Alright, hands right now.
I've got-
This one is yours.
I'm gonna give it.
Your left hand, you're gonna give money away.
Why, how did you get the? Oh, never mind.
This page,
The flip-flopping of the variables.
this P Q squared R, and this one is also P Q squared R. So 8 of them here, take away 8 of them here.
Wait, can you cancel that one out?
It is, but look at the pieces one at a time. They both have a Q squared, they both have a P, they both have an R. They're in different orders, but they match. I'm gonna let you fix it out while I try to finish crawl. 8 of them take away 8 of them means there's none of them left. And now leaves just,
I didn't know she cut it off.
that leaves just that one little lonely guy at the end.
Oh, I didn't know you could match them up.
That the order doesn't matter. Tell you what, this is good because it doesn't always say.
What was that?
No one can see behind me.
Yeah.
So you scoot that way and she scoot that way.
That's all I have to do.
No,
What you've been,
oh,
because you're
why?
the
Listen,
Why? Really?
I am trying to. I'm trying to make it so they can see the board.
It's a
Before I even
problem.
touch my head off.
Chop his head off. All right, number 7, the answer.
You look at me that way.
Does not help. We've been over that. Just as a group, when someone in the class tells their classmates to be quiet,
Make sure to talk more.
It makes it worse.
Yeah, makes me want to talk more.
Let me handle what I gotta do, you handle what you gotta do, because it's, we're all, I mean, 80% of this room is guilty of that at some point.
I'd say
Where's
9
the other
by 9.
point? Where's the 20%?
Except for me.
I think she had it.
Okay. So, number 7, I'm gonna start kicking people out. I'm done with it today. I'm done. I've asked nicely as many times as I know how. I've tried a reward system. It's still not working, and I'm tired. I should not have to ask you to be quiet this many times in one class. Number 7, the answer in my book, because there was a question about that. 9.46 y to the 4th. 2.5 plus 2.5 y to the 3rd. Minus 11.8 y. Minus 3.1. It's the same in the back of the book.
Wait, can you sit?
That looks the same to me, and that's what.
Can you try 70?
Can you say that one more time?
9.46 y to the 4th. Plus 2.5 y to the 3rd. Minus 11.8 y. Minus 3.1.
That's what I got.
Wow.
Good.
Can you try 27?
That's right. I can do it. 100% certain. See? Almost matched up.
You ready? 2x with a little 5 in b. Oh, you already know. Plus 4x with a little 4 in b. Plus 3x with a little 3 in b. Plus 8. Minus x with a little 5b. Plus 2x with a little 3b. Plus 6x with a little 2b. Plus 9x with a little b. Plus 8.
Wow. Alright, this time we'll follow Alicia's suggestion. And I'm going to go through and just change all the signs. So this minus means minus, 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 5B. Does anything else have an X to the 5B?
Yeah, the one
Right below it. So 2 of them, take away 1 of them, leaves how many? 1 of them. You can write 1 X to the 5B, or you can leave it that way. All right, what about anything else have an X to the 4B?
Yeah, no.
So I'm going to copy it down. So I did those 2. All right, now 3B.
The one diagonal.
So 3x to the 3b, take away 2x to the 3b, 3 minus 2 is just 1 of them.
Plus.
Thank you. All right, now the 2b doesn't have a match.
No, the X on the floor.
And neither does
Because I like to do them in order. And then we have a 1b that doesn't have a match. And then 8, take away 8 is nothing. So that's what I'll write. Nothing.
You forgot the X on the board.
I forgot what?
The X on the second one.
You are right. You not even warned y'all about that, didn't you? See, I know about these mistakes because I make them.
Wait, what number is that?
29, right, 23. Nope, that's not, that's it, they're up there. Alright. I'm done.
It's actually yesterday.
So, like I asked you in the beginning, if I did some even towards the end, are you gonna count off that?
No.
If I did,
But if you do it again next time, I'm gonna start thinking you're just picking easy ones. Anything else
What's
from
the
this?
answer to 23?
It says, ready? Negative 4 ninths y to the third plus 4 ninths y to the second plus 26 over 27 y plus 4 ninths. That's a weird problem. All right, let's pass them up.
Oh, there goes.
So still recording. No, I think it's just turn it off to save power.
Hi. We're watching this video. I was fast forward.
That was for the iPad. That's
It would be a bad habit, and you would get in real life when you block.
Try and fast forward.
Your real life.
I already tried, it doesn't work.
Just pause it.
Pause real life.
Oh, not pause real life.
It would be a bad habit.
I thought you were talking about the video.
We got section 3. We are going to, ladies and gentlemen, take a quiz after only 3 sections. Because after the first 3 sections, we get factoring. So we're going to do these and take a quiz. The good news is this, sort of. Next week is kind of weird. Like, don't we have like Tuesday off?
Yeah.
It's just weird because it's in the middle of the
And
week.
we have the scaffold on Friday.
Then the scaffold,
We
we
only
only
have 3 days.
Veterans Day.
Well, we have Monday.
It's Tuesday, but a lot of people want to come in on Monday. And a lot of people won't come in on Monday.
You know, I just want to know how both of them off, there's no one.
Yeah, why was it stupid?
Because we have to go to school a certain amount of days.
Well, nobody's gonna come on Monday. Everybody's gonna go to the beach or something.
The beach in the middle of cold?
I would, but it's not that cold down there.
And you get free.
Or you can
Okay, so my point, as I was getting to that is, that we're going to be doing factoring during that time. I think that's a good thing, because it means we won't be doing factoring every day for a lot of days in a row. So, what I have built in as we do this chapter, we're doing the quiz after only 3 sections, which means we'll have all the factoring left before the test. But I kind of have put it like we do it for a day, and then we kind of take a day and practice, and there's a lot of days in there extra, kind of built in. So next week we'll have the break of taking Tuesday off, plus we have discussion on Friday, so it's just 3 days of it. and there's some room for us to take extra time. So if at any point during it, because a lot of people just hate factoring and are bad at it. Oh, luckily for you, I'm super good at it and I love it. Like I've been waiting for this chapter because I actually love it that much. Like I'll have trouble sleeping the night before we start factoring because I'm excited. That I'm not making that up. But there's a lot of room. So if at any point you're like, I just don't get this, we can take a whole nother day and just practice some more. So like that time is scheduled in there. So I want you to keep that in mind, that you cannot ask too many questions. If you don't understand, keep asking me questions until we get it.
When's the tomorrow?
Tomorrow. This stuff's not that
Wait,
bad.
are we doing another lesson?
Taylor,
We're gonna
you come here.
Coffee.
That's really important.
Yeah.
No, that?
I don't want you to whisper it, just say it. Not a zipper
Yeah.
down or something,
It is.
and just say it. I feel like everybody wants to see me pull it up.
I didn't know you'd get offended.
If my zipper's really down, I won't, but if you lie and say it is, and then I look down and you're like, ooh, that. I mean, it's so flashy for y'all here to go,
But.
that kind of would be terrible, but really fun. Okay, here's how we multiply polynomials.
That was my co-author.
Let's start with some binomials because those are the easiest.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Alright, we're gonna multiply. I'm sure you've heard of FOILing.
No.
Factor, always after, no.
First, outer, inner, last.
First, outer, inner, left. It's really not that important to actually do it in that order. That's not our day today. You don't have to do it in that order?
I'm sorry.
You don't necessarily have to do it in that order. The whole point of FOIL is to make sure you remember that each thing gets multiplied by each other thing. Like to keep track. It's to keep track. So what we do, because we're going to multiply bigger things now, too. So not just a binomial times a binomial, but a binomial times a trinomial, or a trinomial times a trinomial. What we're doing is the first thing times each of those. Then the second thing times each of those. When we do that, it goes first, outer, inner, last. That's just kind of coincidence that that's the way it goes. What we do is x squared times 4x squared. 1 times 4 is 4. What is x squared times x squared? X to the 4th. It is x to the 4th. We add those exponents.
Wait, can you do that one more time?
1 times 4, that's 4. X to the second times x to the second is x to the 4th because our shortcut is to do the 2 plus 2.
Wait,
Okay.
do you multiply or do you add it?
We are multiplying. X to the second times x to the second is, we are multiplying, but our shortcut is to add the exponents. So the x's got multiplied, the exponents got added.
So that would, if the first one was like the exponent was 3, would it be 5? X.
So then we did first times this one. Now we're going to do the first times this one. So 1 times 8, that's 8. The x to the second has nothing to multiply by, so I just write it down. Now we're going to go here. 2 times 4, that's 8. X times x to the second gives me x to the third.
Wait, so
I thought you said you're multiplying them.
where did you say X?
X times x to the second is x times x times x, which is x to the third. We're multiplying the x's, we add the exponents.
Yeah.
So on the second one, where's that?
First we do this, then this. So 1 times 8 is 8.
Okay.
The x to the second just comes along to the right. Now we're doing these. So 2 times 8, that's 16. The x just comes along because there's no x there to multiply by.
Taylor, technically you're adding the exponent. Because,
But I multiplied the x.
but the
Do
1
it again.
times 1
Watch.
times 1 is not 3. What?
X times x times x is x to the third. right?
Oh, okay, okay.
The shortcut is just to add the exponent.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
It's a really confusing thing. And then in 5 minutes, you'll think you get it, and in 5 minutes, if you think about it too hard, you'll be like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
So do,
I did that.
my advice is here, don't put too much thought into it. You might confuse yourself. Because I do that.
Like you just wanted to.
So really, you can just add those.
We're adding the exponent. Yes.
So,
Alright, I'm doing something bigger now. Each time we do one, we want to check to make sure that we don't have any like terms in here, because if we do, we want to combine them together. This time we didn't: fourth, second, third, first, none of those match. Alright, here we go, we're going to do this. So I'm going to do this term times each one of those. 3x to the second times 7x to the second gives me
21x to the 4th.
exactly. Alright, now this one times the second thing in there. 3 times 3, that's 9. X to the second times x to the first is x to the third. Alright, and now this one times the last thing in there.
24x.
There's no x
Oh,
in
wait,
our
I
8,
had
so 3 times 8, that's 24. And there's no x over there, so I just copy that x to the second. Make those wrong. Alright, now we're going to keep going. 5 times 7x to the second. That's
35x squared.
is. Now 5 times the second term.
50.
And now 5 times 8. 40. Now take a break again and look for some like terms. This time I made it, so there should be at least one.
X squared.
The x to the fourth we don't have a match for, or the x to the third. But there are these two x to the second.
Yeah.
And the rest I just copied down. Also I connected my plus sign and my 40, which I wish I had to do.
You left a spot, Ted. You left a spot.
Just one spot.
Thank you.
That's harder to see from right up on the board. Okay. You ready to do it again?
That was basketball.
Sure.
Wait, so did you say we have a quiz tomorrow?
We'll see. That's my plan. We're going to do it at the end of class. But
How is that a FOIL problem?
it's not a FOIL problem, it's a multiplication problem. FOIL problem starts going with 2 times 2.
Oh.
This is obviously bigger. Alright.
I'm doing it. You're still doing the same kind of process, like
It's just more times to do it, but I don't really think they get harder so much as they just get longer. You just have to do it more times. So we're going to start with the 3x and multiply it by each thing that's in here. Then we'll do the 8 times each thing that's in there. So 3x times 2x to the second makes
6x cubed.
excellent. 3x times this minus 3x.
Negative.
Excellent. 3x times 4xy.
12x squared.
Alright, you see the x to the first times the x to the first gave us the x to the second. The y just gets carried down with it. Alright, and then 3x times the negative 2.
Negative 6x.
Alright. Let's do the 8 now. 8 is going to get multiplied by each thing that's in there. So 8 times 2x to the second is
16.
and 8 times negative 3x.
Negative 24x.
And then 8 times 4xy.
32xy.
And one more time, 8 times negative 2 makes.
Minus 16.
Does it get harder?
I mean, they can get longer, but there's really not anything to do to make them harder.
It doesn't really seem as hard as I remember it being.
The multiplication part? It's not too bad. probably because you already did it once. Do we have any matches for that 6x to the third?
No.
Nothing for the third. Alright, but the second,
16x to the second.
so we have -9 and positive 16.
9x to the second.
7x squared.
Oh.
Positive 7x. Remember those plus signs and positives are the same thing. So we got those. Now here's an x to the second y. Is there another one of those?
No.
Those are not like terms. This one has a y and this one doesn't. And their variables have to match exactly. They can be in a different order, but they do have to match exactly. Alright, got that. -6x and -24x give us 30x. Something I just did when we came out with the negative.
Whenever
We can cross those out.
And then this one doesn't have a match.
And then these last two.
And neither does the -6.
I'm there on
And
Monday.
we're finished. So go home, do one of these in front of your Meemaw, she'll think you're a genius.
I gotta be on ball.
Mama lives in Tahoe.
You know, it's Arkansas.
My Hungarian grandma, we call her Big Mom, because apparently that was the way they do it.
You have a Hungarian mom?
Hungarian
I
grandma.
call my grandmother Big
There
Mama.
you go.
And my last name was, before I got married, was Borders. They were not the Borders side.
Wait, what?
They were, it's your mom and dad, and then there's your big mom and big dad. That's what they, instead of grandma.
I guess that makes sense.
Wait, what's your maiden name?
I had a big daddy and a little daddy.
Spell it.
She is.
Wait, are you serious?
Before they came over, it was Borovsky, but they dropped the ski when they came to the United States. Not that long.
You're
ago.
Russian? Hungarian, I mean?
Hungarian.
Basically Russian.
I knew I.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Also,
Wait, how much are you?
Like my grandparents came here from Hungary. They did not speak English.
So, second generation?
Yeah.
Or?
Do you speak? No, I wish I did. But my dad barely speaks. I can say a couple of things like that my grandpa used to yell at me when I was in trouble, but.
Like what?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Can you just do one
I'm an
clean
angry
one?
person. I think we did harder problems than they did. I will tell you this, they are weird, and they, in the book, they came up with some rules that you should memorize, that are supposed to make this, faster, I guess. Like, if you memorize a rule, then you can shortcut, but then you have to memorize rules. I don't think it actually speeds you up at all. So there's only one other thing they could do that they could try to trick you with. What if they did that? Do you know what to do with it?
Do you split it up?
You do you do 2x minus 3 times
2x.
2x minus 3. It is not square this and square this. So you do 2x times 2x, and that's 4x the second. Then 2x times -3. Then -3 times 2x. Then -3 times -3. Put together any like terms that you have.
What would it be, X beside the 9? No.
So if they put that squared, you just have to remember, you can't just distribute, I said distribute. I knew y'all were going to say something about it.
You've been on the streets too long.
I've been on the street. Okay, wait,
Put your hand in the dirt.
so, if you have this, you can. You can get 4x to the second, y to the second. But this, we don't do that. What is the difference between this and this?
I don't really
It has
know.
It's a minus sign. It's a plus or minus in there that makes this one a more complicated problem. Because this is still a monomial. There's just one term in there, but this one has 2, so we have to do it out along the way. Now let's get awesome. That means x plus y to the second times x plus y to the second times x plus y to the second. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I think awesome's the word really. We're going to do 2 at a time. So we're going to do x times x and x times y squared. So far it's easy, right? Now y squared times x. When I write my answer, I'm going to put those in alphabetical order because it makes me happy. And then y squared times y squared gives me y to the 4th. But I haven't done this part yet.
Wait, how did you do that?
X times X, that's X squared. X times Y to the second, X Y to the second.
If we wanted, could we put the smaller one in front of the bigger one, just to make it?
Technically, you can put them in whatever order you want. You like. You mean to put these two in front of that? Yep, if you want to. It should make no difference to your answer if you're doing it right.
I don't get when you do the y's, when you're factoring the y squared, why is it xy squared?
Because I did Y squared times X. I just changed the order because I like them in alphabetical order.
Okay.
There's really nothing to that. Alright, I have some like terms, and I want to put those together first, because it's going to save me some multiplication. That's super messy. I'm sorry that my two was...
Wait, what'd you do?
I put my two terms, my like terms together in the middle.
What is that?
Again, it's not going to be wrong. If you had forgotten that step and did not put your like terms together, that's a 2. Isn't that wrong? If you had forgotten that and didn't put your like terms together, you're still going to come out with the same answer in the end. It's just that it's going to take you one more step to get there.
Do you not add the exponents?
Not when you're, see, this is an addition problem. So I have 1xy to the second plus 1xy to the second makes 2xy to the second. If I was doing xy to the second times xy to the second, then I would. Alright, now we're going to multiply one more time. X to the second times x makes x to the third. 2x, well, that's how we were doing it last time. X to the second times y to the second is just xy to the second. So I multiplied x to the second times both of those. Now let's do this. 2xy to the second times x. So I'm doing this one times 2. 2x squared
Y to the fourth.
y to the second. The only thing I multiplied by was x. So the y part doesn't change here.
Why?
Okay, I did this one times this one. You see those two?
Yeah.
So the 2 doesn't change because there was nothing to multiply the 2 by. X times x is x to the second. There was no y that I multiplied by right here, so it doesn't change.
Okay, I thought there was.
Now when I do this one times the second piece, now the y will change but not the x. So we'll have 2x y to the fourth. Because it was 2xy to the second times this. The 2 has nothing to multiply by, it gets written down. The x has nothing to multiply by, so it just gets written down. The y to the second times y to the second gives me the y to the fourth. One more time. Because we need to multiply that y to the fourth times both of those. So y to the fourth times x is just
X to the fourth.
y to the fourth, because I like them in alphabetical order. If you wrote y to the fourth x, you're not technically wrong. You're just not as great as me. If you do y to the fourth times y to the second, you get y to the 6. I don't expect any matching terms in there. There are none. That was a crazy one.
What about 2xy to the fourth and xy to the fourth?
Did we get one? Oh, you're right. Excellent observation skills. That's not good. My son was walking around the other day saying, unleash the powers of, and I couldn't tell what he was saying, and then the next day we went for a walk with my husband. I said, what is he talking about? And he said, he's doing super driver, unleash the powers of observation. But then he was hitting stuff, so that's not observation.
On the second one, why is it not x squared last year?
Here,
This is not cool.
x squared times x makes x to the third. X squared it is.
And then you would add that together
Ooh.
with 2x, right?
With those two. All right.
What?
Here's just unleash the powers of observation, ladies and gentlemen.
I probably could have done that too.
What do you do?
I had x squared times y squared is x squared y squared. Just, you just put them together. And x squared y squared plus 2x squared y squared makes 3.
Okay.
Those are long. That is not the
Now there's
majority
an awkward gap.
of what you get.
Oh my gosh.
It is an awkward gap, but it's just going to have to stay there and be awkward.
Oh.
It's good for you to occasionally experience a little awkwardness, I think, yeah.
We're in puberty, everything's awkward.
Alrighty then.
Now it is. I can
Yeah.
definitely say it is now.
Most of them are
So,
done.
I mean, technically, you're
Yeah.
still going through development, so you're 25.
You are.
Get you a doctor.
You are.
Wait, what is homework?
Do what?
Hey, I'm gonna turn mine in tomorrow.
If I become a doctor?
Like, will I still get
Why?
the homework? I forgot to do it.
Probably because I'm afraid of needles and I hate blood.
Why do you do it?
That would be bad.
I love blood.
I like blood in TV. I like it in TV, but not like I can deal with my own blood.
I feel like you would joke with your patients.
You watch surgery?
They're like, ha, you have cancer. Just kidding, you just have a broken leg.
Like real surgery or on like a TV show? Yeah, I saw like, my doctor made me watch one on the shoulder.
Gotcha.
It's awful.
Watch what?
Because I might have had to have it, and so he wanted to show me how it works.
Oh, what? Look.
Like, shoulder reconstruction surgery. Disgusting. They like pull your clavicle out and then tie it to a string and drill holes in it and stuff. It's so nasty.
You're a puppet.
Ugh.
No, I didn't have the surgery. I'm gonna have it later.
Actually, they tie strings right here and they move your arms around with them.
No, man.
No.
It's not that many. I narrowed it way down. I changed it from every other odd to every third odd.
I looked up there.
I think it should be odd.
I was like, yeah.
Straight odd.
That would be joking with them, but that could be the kindest way to like